Why do I wake up tired? Even time off doesn't touch it. We've all got to rest sometime, but what do you do when you wake up tired? Or worse, feel like you got mugged in your sleep. The kind of tired where nothing ever really changes. Most of us do the reasonable thing. We take it easy, or if we can, a vacation. But first we push off everything that can wait, and that feels better. Nothing flares, nothing collapses. The edge comes down and the noise softens, so it feels like progress. So we stay there for a while. We don't move as much. We don't want to disturb the peace. But somewhere in that quiet, we notice we're still holding our breath a little, and not on purpose. Our jaw hasn't fully unclenched, our shoulders are still up tight, but it's quieter now, more polite. So we tell ourselves it's working. And eventually we help it along with another cup of coffee in the morning, something to take the edge off at night, a drink, a gummy, a supplement, a prescription. Not because anything's really wrong, just because it helps us get through. And for a while, that works. We sleep, we function, which makes it harder to notice that nothing ever really let go. We wake up, turn over, and the tension grabs us. We think, well, that's odd, but not odd enough to stop my day. Maybe I just need a new mattress, maybe. But before we even open our eyes, the jaw feels sore, so we yawn. And it hurts, but in a good way. There's no crack, just relief. Then we sit up and our shoulders bunch up automatically. So we stretch like in the cartoon. That feels better. Maybe it's just a muscle. We drag ourselves to the first coffee, and as we get through the day, we start to manage expectations, telling ourselves, tonight I'm going to do it right. This time we're going to do it carefully. End screen time at dinner. Make the bedroom cold, dark, and quiet. And sleep comes. And we wake to nothing worse. It feels like success, but nothing let go either. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and for a while, nothing gets bad enough to force a change. So we adapt again. We forget what rested used to feel like. We call it the new normal. We schedule life around it. And because that kind of works, we stay there. Because there's no emergency. Nothing that demands immediate attention. Just a constant distraction in a body that never fully resets. So we pace ourselves. We avoid certain movements. We sit a certain way, and not for too long. Ironically, we sleep less. And because that works enough, we don't call it a problem. It's just age or stress. Normal. That's why we tolerate it for so long. But we see others happier, more energy, doing more. So we ask AI late at night, search best stretches, massage, acupuncture, chiropractor near me, something that someone else can reach. And sometimes it helps enough to remember what better feels like, only to disappoint when that doesn't last. Because up until then, the body never got a clear moment, never a quiet moment. There's too many signals all at once. Pain, guarding, wired, tired, all stacked, all overlapping. So even with rest, the body didn't reset. Everything felt important, everything felt urgent. But when we find the specific release, something changes. Not by adding more, but by subtracting everything that didn't work. One small change. One layer of guarding dropped. The background noise gets quieter, and the body can hear itself. No endless to-do lists. No all new and improved schemes. Just its own rhythm. And when that happens, the body doesn't have to think about it. It just responds. The jaw releases before we even realize it was tight. Breath drops without being guided. The shoulders soften as if everything really was fine. Some people sob. Some people laugh. Some just sit stunned because this all seems so effortless. No constant calming, no convincing or justifying. We rest because we have to. And when rest finally works, it isn't because we forced it. The body stands down because there's no longer a reason to stay on guard.